This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everybody. We are going to, this is a phrase that you hear used a lot these days. We're going to spill the tea. Well, I don't want to spill the tea. I love the tea, but we're going to spill the tea on the tea. I think that makes sense. I'm drinking some right now. Hold on. The best. I am talking about the all around you bush tea that comes out of the U.S. Virgin Islands. And we have the woman behind that. And she's not just about tea. She's about many different things when it comes to your wellness. Owner of IO Wellness, Binta Peterson, is back with us on the program. How are you doing today?
I am good and getting better, Steve. How are you doing beside me?
I'm loving my warm tea today because we just had a blizzard here in New York. And as I look in the background, I see some curtains and they're moving. So I got to believe it's a nice, warm Caribbean breeze. Oh,
it's a nice place. It's a nice place today. Yeah, it's a little overcast, but I heard that there is a storm in the States, and for some reason, especially if there is a storm in Atlanta, we always have some side effects of it. I do not know why, because Atlanta is not as close to the ocean as, for example, Florida.
yeah.
But maybe it's because there's so many of us Virgin Islanders in Atlanta. We send that energy down to St.
Maybe it's that, or just the way that geographically of where it's positioned. I'm going to look into that, but yeah,
I don't know.
I think they got some snow in Atlanta too, not 30 inches like we got here, but it'll get warm at some point. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
The tea that you offer. This bush tea, we talked about it before. We've gotten quite a few questions at instantfeedback, steve@gmail.com. Could we start with one of those questions?
Okay, let's go. I'm listening.
Yeah. We got Melissa, who checks in from Brooklyn, New York, and says, I keep hearing about bush tea. What exactly makes it different from the herbal teas that I buy from the grocery store?
Oh, Melissa. That is such an awesome question. Because what makes the all around you bush tea different than the bush tea that I don't know, I wouldn't call those other tea bush tea, than the herbal teas that you find in the store, which they're bush tea also because they all come from plants, is the fact that our teas do not have any pesticide on them. We do not put pesticide on our herbs when they're growing. Most of the herbs are wildcraft. Some of them just come up and you're like, okay, let's see what this one is all about. You know, that new app that we have that you can just, put the app over the plant and take a picture, and it actually tells you what type of plant it is. So the thing that happened here in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and all over the world, actually, based on the time of the year, the plants just come up out of the earth, especially if it's in an area where it has to have dirt, by the way, where they have dirt and it have rain and it have water and people are around. The plants just come up, and then based on the people in the area, they will know whether or not the plants are good for A, B, C, or D. So the all around you bush tea, the main difference is
I believe we lost her there for a second. She froze up. Oh, there you're back. Okay, you froze for a second. You just froze for a second.
Oh, okay. Your internet connection is unstable. Oh, it says, I don't know which one of us the connection is unstable, but one of us is.
I think it's yours, but anyway, if it says it in front of you. Yeah, you were just talking about the properties of the tea.
Yes. So at the end of the day, the tea, the all around you bush tea, is the tea that has been proven to help with different ailments in the community that I'm living in, and basically all around the world where these herbs are. And the different also, we call them bush because you know, they're trees that are growing around that are around us, so we call them bush. But the correct term would be herbal herbal teas.
Gotcha.
That would be the correct term. So that's why, Melissa, I do apologize, but we call it bush tea. It's like folklore.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's like our way of saying things in the Caribbean, and we do not want to um like keep you from not getting the tea because you're thinking, well, I don't know what bush tea is, but it is just herbal tea
Well,
that we call.
what I get from there, Binta,
Mm,
is that
mm,
when you call it bush tea, it seems like
mm,
it's more natural because I get the visual of in the bush, you're going out there, you and your team are harvesting these plants where
mm,
you could buy an herbal tea from the grocery store. Where's it coming from? And as I learned from you,
mm,
that tea bags aren't pure. There could be a lot of things going on with those tea bags, of which you don't sell it in tea bags. You steep the tea, which
yes.
anybody doesn't know. There's many different ways to do it. My favorite one is I have this metal thing where I put the tea in and I just turn the handle, and it's just a round thing. It almost looks like an ice cream scoop that closes up and has holes in it, very fine holes that you put it in the water, steeps it that way. It's fantastic. I got one here from Victor, who is in
Mm-hmm.
Miami, says,
Mm-hmm.
are there any cultural traditions behind bush tea? I'd love to know the history before I try it.
Oh, wow. Cultural tradition. Well, culturally, let's just take soursop, which is one of the main herb in the bush tea
Sure.
formula. Uh, in the Caribbean and all over the world now, soursop leaves, you can when you have a baby, and that baby have a tendency, they're not sleeping well, you actually make some soursop tea and give it to the baby when they before they go to bed at night, and it
Wow.
actually helps them to sleep well. And uh, this is not folklore, but it has been scientifically proven that if someone had certain type of cancers, they would drink the soursop leaves. They'll make soursop tea and drink that leaf. And that's one of the things about the bush tea. And so try your best not to say you're not going to try the tea because you don't know. The things about the bush tea is that the herbs are, like I said before, and I'll say it again, the herbs are grown naturally. The herbs are not grown with a whole, we're not trying to put fertilizer or put pesticide and all those things on the plant, because the plant comes up naturally. 90% of them that are in the formula, and and that's the main thing. For example, the lemongrass, yes, we have to propagate the lemongrass, and for example, the moringa, we have to plant the seeds for the moringa in order to get the moringa tree.
Sure.
And but for example, the vervine just comes up. It just comes up, and that's it. It just comes up. The guava leaves, we have to plant guava trees from the seeds from the previous guava. So those particular herbs we have to cultivate. But the bare vervine, the the even the soursop is a natural thing. Like you're eating a soursop and you just throw the seed down. Next thing you know, you're going to have a soursop tree. And that's the difference between the herbs that are in this particular all around the bush tea and the other herbs that out there. And then again,
Can,
I really don't know anything about the other people's herbs, so I cannot say. I
wh-
can only talk about what I do.
can you talk about the cultural connection to you personally in your
Okay.
family?
Uh-huh.
Has your grandmother been drinking this tea? Has it gone even,
Mm,
before that? Um,
mhm.
yeah, how does that sit within your family?
Well, in our family, bush tea is like a part of our life, actually. Uh, and the reason why it's a part of our life, because the thing, we have this rule that it's always good to put something warm in your body,
Hmm.
especially when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. So that's one of the things that we do with our bush tea. We drink tea in the morning and we drink tea in the night. Sometimes some people drink tea all day. The only difference would be that they don't put sugar in the tea all day, but they will drink tea breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Each time they're going to have something to eat, they will have tea after the meal. And that's just something that we do in our family. We drink a lot of tea because my mom just made 91 and she doesn't take any drugs. Uh, None of those things that they claim that when you're at a certain age you need to be taking. And she cooks her own food every day. She goes walking every day, and
God
and
bless
she
her.
drinks bush tea every day.
She's 91. What does that
Yes.
say? Okay.
So.
And a couple of things here to identify. Lots of other cultures, as I'm recently learning, will not drink anything cold. Chinese
Mhm,
medicine,
mhm,
Ayurveda, all of those different cultures. Yours,
mhm,
it does your body. I don't want to say it doesn't harm, but it doesn't do it justice because our bodies are made to be 98.6 Fahrenheit. I think it's 37
mhm,
Celsius.
mhm,
Your body wants something warm. And as I understand it, if you're drinking something that's cold, you put a little taxing effort on certain organs like the spleen, like the liver. Um, it has, and by the way, I just had a realization as you're talking, Binta.
mhm,
I don't put any sugar in my tea. I don't even put milk in my tea. I didn't realize it
mhm,
until you said
mhm.
it because that's,
Yeah,
I never needed to because tea,
yeah.
the bush tea has so much flavor. I'm not even kidding. I have never put
Mhm,
milk in tea. I have
mhm,
never put sugar in tea. Don't need to.
mhm,
I don't want to mess with the
mhm,
flavor. Tea's so good as it is.
mhm. Well, here in the Caribbean, and I know this specifically from when I was a child,
Mhm.
we do put uh, milk in uh, the soursop tea. So what it does, especially in the evening, because for some reason when you put the milk, like we don't usually put milk in the morning, but in the evening when we're going to, like, just before when you're winding down, you will have some, you will put some milk in the tea. So it's like, and they say that milk actually helps to soothe you. But
Mm.
and then again, it has to be good milk, like for example, organic milk, and milk that is not loaded with pesticide again, also because pesticide is a serious thing that it does have an effect on the body. It may not have an effect immediately, but it does have an effect on the body.
Hmm. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with milk and tea. I'm not saying, hey, bad, don't
No,
do
no, no.
it.
I know. I wasn't trying to contradict you. I was just saying
Just
that,
personal preference. That's it. And yes, there's
Exactly,
good things there
exactly.
too. Some
Uh,
say that sugar can cause inflammation.
mm-hmm,
Again, I don't even put salt on anything. I haven't touched a
mm-hmm,
salt shaker since I was a kid. Don't need to.
mm-hmm,
Everything's got salt in it, and now I'm sensitive to it because
mm-hmm,
I haven't used it in so long. Interesting question
mm-hmm,
from Monique
mm-hmm.
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, how long does it usually take to notice benefits after starting your bush tea? I believe we mentioned that at some point. You gave a
Yeah.
story of somebody that was having some challenges. Can you
Yes.
can you update that?
It all depends on what the challenges are.
Okay.
For example, if let's just take a basic thing that a lot of people have problem with, constipation. If you were constipated and you was to drink the all around your bush tea, let's say you get up this morning, and just for the record, you should have at least 2 or 3 bowel movements a day. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
You're not having diarrhea, especially if you're eating 2 or 3 times a day. So if you was to drink the all around your bush tea, and let's say you were feeling like let's say you didn't have a bowel movement one day, and then the next day, you that night before you go to bed, you're going to drink the all around your bush tea. the next day you're going to have results. Two things are going to happen. You're going to sleep well and you're going to have a bowel movement. So that's the thing. And we do not have any particular, we don't have any laxative herbs in the bush tea, just for the record. It's just that the bush tea helps to calm the nervous system and helps the person's body to relax and do what it needs to do naturally, because it helps all around. When they say all around the bush tea, yes, it all around the bush tea means two things. It means that the bush comes from all around you,
Mm.
and which is the herbs comes from all around you because the herbs are all around you. And the all around the bush tea also means that the the bush tea, this herbal tea is going to heal all around, all the organs, all the tissues. It's going to help all of them. So that's why it will help if you had constipation. If a person was having really, really problem with their skin and they were to drink the alimony bush tea on a regular, they will see that their skin actually start to clear up naturally. Okay.
Hmm.
And also, another thing you would do if you were having problem with your skin is you would make a big bag of bush tea, and then you will take some of it and clean your face. You wash your face with the tea instead of just so like people wash their like when they finish cleaning their face, they put astringent on.
Yep.
You wash your will that would be your the last thing that you put on your face before you put on your makeup if you do wear makeup.
Well, funny you should say
So
that, Binta. I want to back
mm,
you up there.
mm,
I have an older daughter who is
mm,
a nurse, and
mm,
she uses some kind of tea to wash her
mm,
face. Just what you're saying
mm,
right there. And you
yeah.
shared with us, I believe it was last time we got together, that
Mm,
the tea is used in cooking in your family, many cultures. It's not just a
mm,
beverage. It's a way of
mm,
life, really.
mm,
You know?
yeah. And if another thing you can do with the teeth, that's an instant result right there, like washing your face with the bush tea. Another thing that I would do if I was in New York and well, wherever I go, I have bush tea with me. I would actually make some tea, some all around the bush tea, and then I would rinse my body with it. Or if I had a tub, I will make the tea, wrap it up in a bag, put it in the tub. It's like a herbal balm. And I'll just sit in it and heal my body while I'm dealing with all that cold and all that aches and pain. Because right now, in that part of the world, you need to be drinking bush tea, really and truly. And even if you like coffee, you can actually make the coffee, make the bush tea, and then make coffee. Well, that would be instant coffee you would have to use and put inside of the bush tea so that you can have the stimulating effect of the coffee, because some people do need coffee. These bush tea don't have any caffeine in them. So you would make the coffee and you would make the bush tea and you put them together, and that's an awesome beverage.
Well, I
But
also
you need
wonder
to drink
too.
them warm. Go ahead.
Yes, and what if you had a coffee maker like a Keurig machine? You use
Mm-hmm.
regular water. Why couldn't you
Mm-hmm.
use tea water? I don't know if there would be any difference.
Well, what you can do is what I have done when I'm traveling and there is only a coffee pot in the room. I actually put the water through the coffee maker. I put the bush tea in the coffee pot itself with a little bit of water so that the tea doesn't burn while the water is heating up, and just let it come through the coffee maker. And when it comes through the coffee maker, after a while, that becomes a bush tea because of the fact that you're using your coffee maker because that's all you have, and that's just the bottom line. So
Sure.
you're going to put the bush tea in the coffee pot and then just put water in the coffee maker and just let it go. And if you really want to have fun, you're going to add your coffee in it also. You're going to put your coffee in that pot like you're making coffee. And there you go. You have bush tea that is very nutritious. And you have the coffee that's going to give you that stimulate. It helps to stimulate your mind.
Sure.
So,
There's so much good here. when it comes to tea.
Mm,
And I didn't know until a couple of years ago.
mm,
And I drink some coffee occasionally, but
mm.
I look forward to tea morning
Uh-huh.
and night. I really do. Your bush tea is amazing. And it's
Uh,
so funny. When I was younger, I used
uh-huh.
to think that bush tea in general, it's for
Mm.
old people. Just old
Oh,
people drink tea because my grandmother drank it. So I would stay away from lamb. I got to drink tea. Now, as you get older, it's like, well, you know what? Grandma was right. She was right. How do we get this tea, Binta?
oh,
What's the
Steve,
best way?
that was something else.
It's the
That
truth.
thing about your
It's the
grandma.
truth. I stayed
But
away
you know
from it.
that is a reality, like a lot of people like this weekend I'm going to be at a college doing a function and I'm actually going to be serving tea. Well, because because for some reason young people, well some of them we have a whole different, but some of them tend to think that tea is for old people, but tea is for everybody.
It is. It
So
is.
the best way to get in touch with us is to go to IO Wellness, AYO wellness.com. And if you go to IO like Melissa and Victor, you go into IO, just put wellness.com, put your name in the go and just message us. And we will send you some bush tea so you can try. So we're going to be giving away buy one, get one free so that y'all can try this bush tea because
Nice.
and for example if you listen to this podcast a couple months from now just mention the podcast and we will still give you the tea. So
Buy
that's
one, get
mainly
one.
it. Yes, and we also you can call us and that's very quick, which is at 340-727-8606. Again, 340-727-8606. I'll tell
Hmm.
it to you one more time. 340-727-8606, and you can get the all around you bush tea or go to ioswellness.com.
And that's AYOwellness.com. Before we
Yes.
close today, I just want to
Mm-hmm.
say this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the difference. You
Mm-hmm.
are going to the source when you buy this tea. Try doing that in the grocery store. Try picking up
Mm-hmm.
the phone and calling the tea company with your question. How about you're having a challenge, maybe digestion issue, something popped up? Imagine having a tea formulated for you with some of those ingredients to better support whatever that issue is. It's all there on the
Mm-hmm.
website. It's all Binta. You're dealing with the source the
Mm-hmm.
way it should be. Uh,
Yes.
thank you so much for today, Binta. Learned a lot. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody that reached
Steve.
out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I get you here to come and help me shovel snow? I
Ooh, Steve.
don't even know if you've ever done
I
that in your
I
life.
can help you move some dirt, so I guess I could if I had to.
Okay. Well, truth
Okay.
be told, I don't even have a
Yes.
snow shovel. I have a dirt shovel where I live because, I'm in a complex and they should be taking care of that. Uh,
Yes.
if you ever want to reach out with a question for Binta, instant feedback, steve@gmail.com. And
Mhm.
we will catch up next time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve. Have a wonderful week.
You too. We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.